just got off the plane here. So happy to be meeting with you to talk about our project. We are partnering with First Majestic Silver for the La Paria mine, where we're going to restart that mine going up in the future. So I just want to take you through the story quickly. So just some of the investment highlights on our company. Our vision is to create a LATAM-focused silver producer through our current project, the San Diego project, where we have over 210 million ounces of silver equivalent in resource. And then we've recently done this acquisition from First Majestic. It was their first mine, and it was very profitable, and they built their $3 billion business, starting with this mine, which generated a lot of cash flow, and they were able to purchase other mines and grow from there. Some of the highlights of the transaction are that we're paying $33.5 million for the acquisition, 20 of it upfront in equity, and then another 13.5 on various milestones that if we make some significant discoveries, we'll have future payments to make. Concurrent with the acquisition closing, we'll raise about $9 million in equity, and First Majestic is participating in the financing for about 2.7 US. So why are we doing this transaction? Well, take you back a couple slides. You can see the mill complex here. There's about, our estimation, well over $150 million of in-place infrastructure. This plant produced roughly 3.5 to 4.5 million ounces on average. And you have a 1,000 ton per day sulfide circuit and a 1,000 ton per day oxide circuit. The First Majestic in the third column here operated this mine for about 15 years, and they produced 34 million ounces of silver equivalent. There's still a resource of about 22 million ounces, and that would support 3 to 3.5 million ounces of production over 5 years. What are our plans for the asset? So in this first year, we will do about 7,000 meters of drilling to enhance the resource. And then from there, we will work on the plans for the restart and on a concurrent basis, so that within 18 to 24 months, we will be cash flowing from this project. Here you'll see our pro forma capital structure on the left. First Majestic will own about 40% of the company, and then they will be our partner on the project. On the right side is our resource. In the lighter blue is the La Paria resource, which is near the mine infrastructure, 22 million ounces, as I mentioned. And on the far right is our current resource at our San Diego project, 210 plus million ounces of silver equivalent. We are located in the state of Durango with very good travel logistics, easy to get there, daily connections through Mexico City and Dallas. And then from Durango City, we're about 45 minutes away from La Paria, and then an hour and a half from our current San Diego asset. This is a very good jurisdiction to work in Mexico. There are 23 currently producing mines in that state, and there's very strong in-country and local support. As well, we have new labor agreement and ejido agreements in place. This picture here will show you where the mines are. There are 5 mines that go around an intrusive. The intrusive is right here. And then they've been mining mostly in these 5 mines. And as we move forward here, the most important mines for us are Rosario, San Marcos, and Quebradillas. And those 3 mines will form most of the mill feed for the project. There's a lot of in-place infrastructure. First Majestic had put in plans to connect the 5 mines at the 1,100 meter level and put in an electric rail haulage system and a production shaft. And all of this was to continue to lower the cash costs for production. Just a little bit more details on the in-place infrastructure. One of the critical things for ESG is that you have today's standard is dry stack tailings, and we have over 9 years of capacity for at full production for our tailings, and that's very important. This is the filtration unit for the dry stack tailings. That's a very important of ESG compliance these days. This slide shows some of the historical production numbers that First Majestic experienced while they were operating the project, and it just shows that there's a very good likelihood that we'll be able to continue this sort of production profile going forward. As you can see here, the operating costs, they were at $8.46 per silver ounce net of byproduct credits, which is very spectacular. And it crept up in the last few years, as you can see here. But we'll be able to operate this mine very profitable. It's a very prolific mine. This slide gives you a little bit more details on the resource of 22 million ounces, the key areas for future production, and where we will focus our drilling efforts this year. This slide shows a low-grade stockpile. There's about $35 million in these stockpiles. This stockpile on to the right is a high-grade stockpile that we would be sending to the mill for mill feed. Drill program, 7,000 meters in this year, and then we'll follow up next year with another 10,000 meters of drilling. This is the mine is located here, a very big land package that is underexplored and will be, there's discoveries to be made here. We're very excited about getting this property and working with First Majestic on it. These next few slides just gives a little bit more detail on the actual drill program. And, we'll be around the conference, so if you want to speak in more detail about it, we're happy to. The key issue here is that with each one of the mines, they're open at depth and open along strike. So there's lots of room for further growth in the resource profile. These slides tell a similar story. And then this slide is just a bit of a wrap up on our current project where we have the 210 million ounces of silver equivalent. Some of our exploration success, a big vertical cigar structure where most of our resources hosted. And in our latest drill programs, we've connected a zone here off to the left, which could represent another either connecting up to this bigger resource right here or another similar Fernandez-style resource. We've also importantly cut, what looks like open pit grade right from surface, so that's very important and a big game changer for our company.